Without taking much time, I would like to now invite Aziza Sultana Mukti, Director Operations, SOLshare. They have done wonderful work. We have been uh, helping the UNDP Ag Lab network in 115 countries, 91 labs, and you will hear Gina Lucirelli, who is the coordinator, who's the leader of this network. And during that network, we discovered one of the innovation of SOLshare, where they have tried to make it possible for peer-to-peer exchange of energy, something that you may not have heard before, but we will like to hear today. Aziza.
Thank you.
Yes.
And then again, thank you for describing us a little bit of SOLshare. But I'm here to describe ourselves as precise, and then because the time is limited. When I was going through the sheet in the morning, I was getting 5 principles of DPI. And then our innovations, I could connect with our innovations 3. Number 1 is that leveraging the existing systems. Second one is that the leave no one behind. And then again, the very initial one, get anywhere, everything, anywhere. Because whatever we are talking about, the peer-to-peer grid, the SOLshare's first innovations, I mean, when I was in 2017 in IRENA, I was saying confidently that there is no formula that every innovation have to have from Silicon Valley. It might happen anywhere into the world, even in Bangladesh, Nepal, India, any corner of the world. So that was the innovation when I was confident and was challenging the entire team that you will live always you are promoting Europe and North America, but there are plenty of innovations across the globe where you might do not have that much focuses and then that much budget to promote them. So like that, I don't know how many of us knew that Bangladesh have installed 6 million solar system across Bangladesh. Rest of the world do not have 6 million. That was the first, a landmark establishment what we have done. And then that was the foundation to form the SOLshare, because maybe we heard the swarm electrification and then they implemented with the 6 million solar system. We built first peer-to-peer grid, we call it SOLgrid in Bangladesh. Then we right now we have 118 SOLgrids, active grids in Bangladesh. We have installed more. And the afterward, the Bangladesh have electrified, but right now they emerged more than 98%. But still, our 118 SOLgrids is working as backup. The poor people doesn't have IPS. They are using the SOLgrid as IPS, but we have special 2 SOLgrids in the Rohingya camps. Of course, that SOLgrid is the primary thing to them to get access to the energy. And we are on the process of 2 more installing into the Rohingya camps, because of course it's difficult to get all the permissions, all things. But here today you can see that right now we are not limited to it only in SOLgrid, because SOLgrid peer-to-peer grid, that was our first establishment, first innovation, but it needs to be evolved time to time, because the technologies are changing and then the country's priority is getting to change. That's why right now we have 3 product lines right now. One is micro mobility. We call it SOLmobility, as our company name is SOLshare. So we want to keep SOL in every product line. The second line is SOLgrid. It's not basically, it's our primary one. And then the third one is SOLroof. In SOLmobility, right now, of course, we have more than 100 lithium and smart lithium and batteries on the road. And then we have 3 MFIs partners and then 2 international battery manufacturing partners ready for the scale up. And then SOLroof, that is, of course, it's a commercial. We can't say that this is mass innovation needed, but yes, it's a renewable sector. That's why it's in our product line. And the SOLgrid, if we say that what we have done here, I mean, we have selected a small community and then we interconnected them, their solar home system with each other, as they can access their energy within the community. An interesting thing, I mean, as we are the platform provider, we didn't select the tariff because they set the tariff. I mean, what should be the selling price, what should be the buying price. So this is a fantastic thing where community can generate, consume, and then share within themselves. And the second thing is that, I mean, our here visionary leader, Tawfiq Elahi sir is here. So we have needed a regulatory sandbox permission. Without Tawfiq Elahi sir's vision and then promise to the future innovation, it was not possible. What we have done, I mean, in our one SOLgrid in Mymensingh, we interconnected for SOLgrid, but now as it's interconnected, of course, they don't need, I mean, whole generation. Then it means their electricity, solar electricity, renewable electricity is going to waste. What we did, we interconnected those SOLgrid to the national grid. And then now those 20 farmers from the community, they are selling their solar home systems additional energy to the national grid. That pilot has been done, and then now we're waiting that, I mean, how we can scale it up across Bangladesh, because already we have 6 million distributed solar home systems. So it's not only generation plus storage. And then the solution, I mean, the recent one solution to the, I mean, of SOLmobility. What is the problem? Problem is that Bangladesh right now have more than 4 million three-wheelers. And then all the 4 million three-wheelers, these are run by lead-acid battery. Needless to say, I think everyone knows here that how much dangerous and then how much environment, I mean, dis-friendly these lead-acid batteries. I mean, irrespective of those, I mean, those poor drivers, they are suffering with those lead acid batteries. I mean, their hazardous health. No one basically monetize that hazardous issues. If we monetize that, that is huge. And then the second one is that the battery lifetime. And then if you see those drivers, when they are buying a vehicle with including batteries, of course they are taking loan from MFIs or some Shomitis because they can't access finance from the bank because this is formal one. So I mean, before paying back to the loan, they again need another loan to buy another set of batteries. It means their life, entire life is cycling within the loan, from back to Asha to Grameen Bank to other. Farmers are getting those batteries with a very small amount of payment, repayment, and with a huge lifetime. It means the both parties will get win-win situation. But this is the financial thing. Can we imagine these 4 million vehicles? It means 4 million distributed storage. What is the huge potential? We know in Bangladesh, peak load is in the evening. During that peak load, if we imagine that 4 million distributed storage, they can export their leftover juice into the battery to the national grid. How much it is? It's 25% of the peak load. Roughly, it's 4,000 megawatt. That's why we are in a process to implement virtual power plant. But of course, without regulatory sandbox permissions and then without like Tawfiq Elahi sirs, like that visionary leaderships, I mean there that yes, we can pilot it, we can see it. Without it, it's not possible. So we are in the process of that, and then we are expecting that Tawfiq Elahi will help us beyond his, a regulatory format in terms of that, as we can pilot it, and then rest of the world that can do it. What interesting thing in Australia and then now the North American countries, what they are thinking, oh, then they are investing on the storage in various corner of those countries. But in Bangladesh, it exists because 4 million solar systems are not centralized in any position. It's across Bangladesh. If you go to the last mile of the villages, if you go to the just city corporations outside of the areas, everywhere, it means 4 million distributed storage are in Bangladesh. What we can tap into it with our mainstream, because yes, we can invest on a new generation plant, new other thing, but again, the optimization of those plan, that is a big deal. So that's why if we focus on whatever we have, of course resources limited in Bangladesh, how we can use these existing resources in a very innovative way. I mean, leveraging, because maybe one driver, he just could drove his vehicle 3-4 hours today, but still he have 30-40% leftover juice in his battery. But in the evening, when country needs more the energy, at that time he can just sell his energy to the national grid. And what innovation then they needed, of course that vehicle will be plugging into the direct line, national line, but we can program it in such a way that before off-peak hour, that battery can't drag energy from the national grid. Instead, they have to have export into the national grid. That program, that innovation, that is our part. We can do that. Is our ready now. That programming, every take is ready. Now we need to get chance to pilot this, to show the result within Bangladesh, which result can be repetitive by other countries, across the globe.